For the first quarter of 2018, Belize produced goods and services totaling of $756.9 million, increasing by 1.8% or $13.1 million over the same period of last year. According to the SIB, the GDP has been steadily increasing over the years. The primary industry saw a decrease in economic activity of almost 12% or close to $11 million, most notably in the agriculture and fisheries sectors.
Within this sector, we have agriculture, hunting, and forestry going down by 8.2%, or $6.7 million. We see the sugarcane production going down by 4.6% as a result of factory downtime, while we have citrus and banana going down by 19.3% and 19.5% respectively. Contrary to that, we have livestock going up by 3.9%. Fishing also went down by 44.3% or 4.2 million. And this is seen in 290,000 less in pounds of shrimp being exported, 90,000 less in conchs being exported, and 100,000 less in pounds of whole fish being exported. The orange fruit delivered decreased by roughly 21%, or 16.7 thousand metric tons, from 79.2 thousand metric tons to 62.5 metric tons. And this was due to aging fruit trees, citrus greening, and loss of farms due to flooding in the months of January and February.
There was also a decrease of about 19% in banana production as a result of weather conditions and loss of acres. On the other hand, in the primary sector, livestock recorded an increase of over 3% as a result of increases in cattle and pig productions. The secondary industry also experienced a marginal decrease in production of about $200,000, largely due to mining and manufacturing, which was recorded in sugarcane production. The tertiary industry of tourism, communication, transport, and other government services, however, saw remarkable growth of about $20 million, or just over 4.5%. And how much did Belizeans pay for these goods and services? According to the SIB, the prices went up only marginally.
The Consumer Price Index for May 2018 stood at 104.7, and the inflation rate for the month of May 2018 stood at 0.3%. Meaning that on average, prices were 0.3% higher than they were in May 2017. Looking at the inflation rate for the first 5 months of the year, it stood at negative 0.1%. For food and non-alcoholic beverages, food prices recorded a decrease in the inflation rate at 0.4%, while non-alcoholic beverages saw a 2.5% decrease in the inflation rate. At the product level, we observed a decrease in the average price of certain meat, fruit, and vegetable. Within the housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels category, home rental prices fell by 0.4%, however, not enough to offset the 15.5% rise in LPG prices, which aided in the overall increase in this category.
For the external trade bulletin, imports are up by 3.1%, and exports are down by 20.2% from May 2018. The increase in imports is largely due to the higher world market prices for fuel, and the significant losses in export earnings for sugar resulted in the primary cause of decrease in exports.
This overall increase for the first 5 months of the year was due to the fact that the country spent more on mineral fuels and lubricants, machinery and transport equipment, and goods destined for the commercial free zones and export processing zones. However, this period also saw decreased imports, particularly in the purchases of manufactured goods and other manufacturers, crude materials, and chemical products. Belize's total domestic exports were valued at $190.6 million. This was a decrease of 19.8%, or almost $47 million, when compared to the $237.6 million worth of goods exported in January to May of last year. This overall decline was the outcome of diminished earnings from most of Belize's major exports, with crude petroleum being the only major commodity to have recorded an increase over the 5-month period.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.